This new update Hypixel's planning to release is actually crazy. This update is an update for dungeons / Berserk, and this update makes Berserk so much better than it used to be. And in today's video, I'm going to be covering the main weapons that people are actually hyped for the update. I'm going to be covering the equipment, and I'm going to be covering the ways, the new ways you can level up your Berserk level and what perks you get from it. And without that, let's actually get into the video. Okay, let's start with the first weapon. The first weapon we're going to be looking at here is the Banquet of Lies. And basically, it's like the upgraded version of the Flower of Truth. Instead of shooting one flower, it shoots 3 flowers that ricochet and hit up to 5 enemies. This is just super cracked in my opinion. The only thing I don't like about this weapon is that whenever you right click it, you lose 10% of your health, which in boss fights is not very helpful. But now let's talk about the next weapon. The next weapon we're going to be talking about here is the Bone Reaver. Now, as you guys can see here, the damage for this thing is actually really good. And if we go down, the strength is 90. That's pretty good. There's no crit damage, as you guys can see. And if we go even lower, we can see the swing range for this thing is 0.5. That's pretty good. And for the ability, this ability in my opinion is just really cool. You guys can read the ability here and see that this ability in my opinion is pretty unique, and I actually like it. And if we go even lower, we can see that you can deal 1% more damage to undead mobs once you have 1% of your missing health. Same perk as the Spirit Bow has. And now let's look at the upgraded version of this weapon. Okay, so the upgraded version of the Bone Reaver is the Felthorn Reaper. And basically, this thing has no strength, but as you guys can see, the swing range on this thing is now 1, and it gives you crit damage and it gives you more damage, which is pretty good. The ability gets buffed by 10% more, and it still has the same perks as a Spirit Bow. And now let's talk about the new upgraded Felthorn Reaper. That's right, people, it goes all the way to a 3rd upgraded version. Okay, so after the Felthorn Reaper, we can see that it is upgraded to the Felthorn Reaper again, but this time it has like a weird flower symbol next to it. This one gives you 10 strength, so it actually gives you strength. It gives you much more damage. It gives you much more crit damage. And the ability stays the same, and has a swing range of, I think it has a swing range of 1.5 if I'm not mistaken. It has a swing range of 1.5, and all the abilities look the same after that. And that is basically the maxed out Felthorn Reaper sword right there. And in my opinion, that is a really, really good sword. Now, let's talk about the Giant's Eye Sword. Now you're like, say what now? Giant's Eye Sword? What do you mean, Cookie? Well, as you guys can see on screen here, that's right, people. They added a new sword called the Giant's Eye Sword. Now, I know it might sound goofy, but technically this Giant's Eye Sword is basically the giant sword. It's the giant sword, and it's the precursor eye combined together. Now, the ability on this Giant's Eye Sword, as you guys can see here, is super cracked. Much better than this Giant Sword Slam ability right here. That has a cooldown of 30 seconds and mana cost 100. While this one has no cooldown, I think. And basically, it also, the new upgraded version, the Giant's Eye Sword, gives you a swing range of 1. And it basically gives you the same amount of damage as the regular Giant Sword gives you too. So it's just a better Giant Sword. And that is the weapons section, and now let's talk about the equipment section. Okay, so the equipment we're going to be talking about here is the Shadow Assassin Cloak and all the equipment. And we're also going to be talking about the, Balloon Snake, which is obtained from floor 1. And basically the Balloon Snake is like a necklace that gives you jump boost too. And the Shadow Assassin equipment gives you 20 strength and I think 3% or just plus 3 speed. So it's sort of Shadow Assassin-y, if you count that as a proper grammar word. But as you guys can see here, this equipment is a pretty sick, and I'm pretty hyped for the equipment to come out on the main server since it's on the alpha right now. And basically now let's talk about like the Berserk and like what you can get from the new Berserk update. Okay, so the Berserk perks are Weapon Master. So that's the first perk, and basically for your Berserk level, it increases your hit range. So if you're like Berserk level like 30, you would have like 3 plus 3 hit range. And combined with the Felthorn sword, that would probably be pretty cracked. And also, I forgot the other perk, but it's on screen right now. I forgot the name of this, but basically this thing just increases your damage for Berserk basically, and that is the other perk. And really, those are really all the main things of this new update in Hypixel Skyblock. I'm pretty hyped for it, and I hope it comes out soon. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and before you guys actually click out of this video, if you guys don't mind hitting that subscribe button, like button, and the bell, it would really mean a lot to me, since I worked really hard trying to make this video and get the facts out to you guys. And without that, I'll catch you guys next video. Bye guys!